Lori. I am here with a what I wore this month video for the month of July 2016. This month my period lasted 6 days of actual flow, and I also had a little bit of spotting at the beginning and a little bit of spotting at the end. I used a total of 23 cloth pads, 21 during my actual cycle, and then a couple of lighter pads, one on the kind of the first day and one kind of on the last day. I am going to film this video in order of days. I track my cycle during my period, so I know which pads I've used every day. I also, on 2.5 of the days, used my Ruby cup. This is the original Ruby cup before they had 2 sizes. It's got the stem trimmed off, and it is my unicorn. It's my favorite cup. All right, so the first day, or the first-ish day of spotting, I wore this 10.5 inch cotton-topped micro fleece-backed pad by Empire Lush. The next day when I woke up, I took a shower and then I put on this 14-inch awesome Rocky Horror pad from Grayson Street Emporium. It is a knit top and Winpro backed. I then put on this Peak, I believe it is. I think it's Peak or it's wicking jersey, one or the other. But this is one of the wicking pads from the Most Awesome Alley over at Phoenix Rising Reusables. It's a 13-inch curvy. It's an exposed core style pad, and this is, I believe, Peak. This is just standard cotton, and then the back is Winpro, and it is 3-star, so I believe that's heavy. If I didn't mention, this one's moderate, and the first one was moderate as well. I then put on this awesome pad thai cloth 14-inch OBV topped moderate Winpro backed pad thai, marks her absorbencies with the ribbon right there, so it's got the pink one. And I have to say, I absolutely love this pad. I think it's my favorite OBV pad for daily use. The shape is fantastic, her stitching is amazing, it lays super comfortable in my underwear, and it just fits me perfectly. To bed that night, I wore, oh, this is getting a little pulley. What's that? Okay, fluffies coming out of it. I wore this 15-inch-ish, I think it's 14.5, pad from Homestead Emporium. It's OBV topped and Winpro backed. And it is heavy. I don't believe she marks her absorbencies. The next day, I woke up and I put in my cup. And I wore the cup all day long until I went to bed. So I was just wearing backup pads. This is a 12-inch OBV Winpro backed moderate from Lazy Creek Boutique. This is also from Lazy Creek Boutique. It is a 14-inch knit topped, Winpro backed heavy. And then to bed that night, I put on for the first time this awesome 15-inch pad from So Sweet Stitches by Ashley. It's this beautiful knit topped, Winpro backed. And I have to say, I was a little bit worried about this pad washing up because I wrecked it. Let's just say it got really used, and it came out beautiful, so that's awesome. The next morning I woke up and I put my cup back in, and I put on this, my long lost pad over from Monica over at Empire Lush. This is a 14-inch knit topped micro fleece backed moderate. If I didn't upload the video, I believe I shot a video about this when it came in, a Fluffy Mail video. If I didn't upload a video, I have to give a huge shout out to Monica over at Empire Lush. She is absolutely fantastic to work with. Her customer service is amazing, and she responds to questions super quickly. This is my long lost pad. Some of you may know from my other videos that I had a package from Monica go missing during the Canada Post strike-ish, the pre-strike issues that we were having. I had 2 packages go missing. One from the States that never came, but the maker did send a replacement, which is also awesome. I know it's not her fault that it went missing. And then one from Monica. This pad was gone for 3 months. I don't know where it went, but one day it just magically showed up, and it just happened to be that another customer that she had a package go missing to, her pad showed up on the same day as well. So they probably were hanging out somewhere, I'm guessing at her post office, and then they were shipped out at the same time and we both received them. So I am so thankful that I have this pad. I didn't even open it when it came in. I was going to cross out my address and write return to sender on the package so that she could put this up in her group and resell it, and she insisted after arguing with me that I keep it. So thank you so much, Monica. I wore it this month for the first time, and I absolutely love how thin and floppy and comfortable this pad is. So I'm thankful to have 2 of them. All right, after that long-winded discussion, I was still wearing my cup, and I put on this 11-inch Alice in Wonderland Flowers pad from Grayson Street Emporium. It's a knit topped and it's Winpro backed. And I believe it's a heavy, although her heavies are still ridiculously thin. Okay. Then to bed that night, I took my cup out and I wore this 16-inch curvy style from Hoo Hoo Rags. It's an OBB topped wind block, which is the same thing as Winpro, fleece on the back. And I love this pad to wear to bed. It's absolutely ridiculously comfortable. The next morning I woke up and I did not put my cup in. I put on this 13.5-inch Sunday pad from Hoo Hoo Rags. It is a heavy, and I wore this for a good chunk of the morning. I was still pretty, this is my 4th day, so I was still going moderately, but I got a bit of use out of that. The next time I went to the washroom, I like to change, even though I don't necessarily always need to. Whenever I use the washroom, because I have a larger stash and I'm not limited on the number of pads I can wear, I generally will change even if I don't really need to. So when I went to the washroom the next time, I put on this 12-inch knit topped, I think this is just a polar fleece on the back, pad from Jamie's Pretty Pads. It's a heavy. I absolutely love this pad. It's super comfy and it's kind of stretchy, and it's just, yeah, it's a nice pad to wear when you're not wearing a cup. It's a little plush, but it's super comfy. And then I got to wear, for the very first time, my new, I believe it's 13-inch knit topped Winpro backed pad from So Sweet Stitches by Ashley. And I do want to also give a shout out to Ashley. If you'd watched my Fluffy Mail opening video for this pad, you'll know that I had actually ordered a straight symmetrical style pad, but I was sent a back bleeder. That's okay. I have other back bleeders, and I love them. I can still wear this for sure. And the nice thing about this pad is there's no direction, so I can even wear this as a front bleeder, depending on how my cervix is sitting and how I'm flowing that particular day. So it wasn't a big deal, and I didn't contact Ashley about it. I wasn't worried about it. It was the right length. It was the right absorbency otherwise, so no worries. But then I decided that I love this print and I really wanted a symmetrical pad in it as well, because I can't really wear these black back bleeders when I'm out and about. They're quite noticeable. So I was going to also get a symmetrical pad. So I sent her a message asking her if that would be okay, and she actually offered to remake and send the pad to me free of charge. I absolutely insisted that she not do that because I'm going to be able to use this one. So she set up a listing for me so that I could purchase this pad and one additional one. And that was super nice of her, but totally unnecessary because this pad is 100% usable and it is the size, the length that I had requested, and is totally fine other than it being a little bit wider back here. So not a big deal, but thanks again, Ashley, for offering to send a replacement. To bed that night, I wore this 16-inch cotton-topped Winpro backed pad from Yurtcraft. It's my Galaxy pad. I love that one. The next day I was lightening up, so I switched to moderate pads. This is my 14-inch moderate from, oh goodness, Maui Girl Creations. She's a Facebook seller. All of these pads, I believe, are purchased from Etsy thus far. This is my first Facebook purchase. Pardon me. And I absolutely love this. It's knit topped and it's WinPro back, but it's not a WinPro that I have on any of my other pads. This is really smooth, almost silky feeling WinPro with kind of this like grid design on it. And it works fantastic. Super, super duper comfy. And it's like very, very, you'll see it's very stretchy, which I really like. It's great for scrundies. And then I put on this, I believe it's a 12-inch curvy style from Phoenix Rising Reusables, my Dalek Menstruate pad. It is a cotton topped and a polar fleece back, I believe. Polar fleece or micro fleece, one or the other. Either way, it's a very, very soft fleece and it hasn't pilled at all. And I've had that pad for a couple, like probably over a year now, I think. To bed that night, I wore this 14-inch, oh no, sorry. Let me look. I actually wore this one before going to bed that night. I was lounging around on the couch and we were watching a movie, so I wanted to put on something long just in case I had some back bleeding. This is a 14-inch sloth pad that I made myself. It's cotton topped and lambskin fleece on the back. To bed that night, I wore this pad. It's again So Sweet Stitches by Ashley and this beautiful custom knit, custom print knit. It is a moderate and it's WinPro backed. The next day I was getting really light. So when I woke up that morning, I put on this 11.5 inch, I believe, exposed core style from A Splendid Story. It's cotton topped, WinPro backed. It's a moderate. This is way back before she was marking her absorbency with the little tags on the wings. This one's got an actual, like an iron-on tag, which has surprisingly stayed on there. So whatever that is that she used to do that with actually worked quite well. And this pad is super comfy. I love the thin tab wings. I have some pads that I made myself with thinner tab wings from an old pattern that I had kicking around, and I really love them. On the days that I'm not worried about bleeding over, I really love how low profile these are. If you're not a center bleeder or you don't bleed off the wing a whole heck of a lot, these thinner tabs are fantastic. And then for the last half of the day, I put on this 14-inch super duper squishy pad from Lazy Creek Boutique. It's a custom dyed knit topped WinPro backed. It's a moderate, and this is like gotta be the floppiest pad I own. I could probably roll this pad up. Oh goodness, like a burrito. It is so ridiculously floppy. I love it. And then to bed that night, my last actual night, just in case I had some, you know, some bleeding unexpectedly overnight, I put on this 13-inch, I think, let me see, or no, 14-inch pad from Homestead Emporium. It's a custom dyed OBV on the top and WinPro on the back. And the last pad that I wore on the last day of my period, it was just spotting, is this really gorgeous pad from Jamie's Pretty Pads. My best friend bought this for me for my birthday, which was this month. She themed my birthday present. I'm a big fan of Sherlock, and if you haven't watched BBC's Sherlock, you absolutely have to. And it was all like English tea theme. She made me a beautiful candle and an English teacup with the saucer and everything, and she got me a Sherlock coloring book, and she bought me this pad. So she's an absolute sweetheart. We've been friends for years and years and years and years and years, and I absolutely loved wearing this. It's super thin, it's a liner, so it's fantastic for that first day or that last day. It's cotton topped and fleece backed. So that was it. If you were keeping count, that was a total of 23 cloth pads. 2 of them were liners that I used before and after my cycle started. But yeah, that is what I wore for July 2016. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye.